Hey everyone, in this video lecture we're going to create a program where you're given time in days and you have to obtain time in years, weeks and days. This is because if you're given time in days, sometimes it is not easy to comprehend. For example, if you're given 500 days, so it's kind of you will not be able to easily comprehend the time frame here. But if somebody says 1 year, 3 weeks, 2 days, so that is easy to comprehend. So that's what we are going to do here. And let's say given time, so I'm going to take this same example. So let's say given time is 500, and here I'm going to talk about the logic. And like I always say, you can come up with your own logic, and I will talk about the logic here, and then we will move on to the programming part. We will create a code and everything. So let's say given time is 500 days. Okay, now what we want is we want to convert 500 days to years, weeks and days. So what we are actually going to do first is I'm going to write here how many days are in a year. And okay, so whenever you are dealing with these kind of problems, you have to start with the largest unit. So that would be years, right? Because days and weeks are included in the year. So we are going to start with year. So 1 year equals to 365 days, and we are, for this program, I'm not going to include leap years and everything. So I'm not using that kind of logic. So we are going to exclude that part. So 1 year equals to 365 days, right? And 1 week equals to 7 days, right? So now first, like I told you, we'll start with the largest unit. So that would be years. So 365 days equals to 1 year, right? This is how I do it. I don't know how you do it. So 1 day would be 1 divided by 365, so these many years. And then we want to know how many years are there if given time is 500 days. So that would be 1 divided by 365 multiplied by 500 days. So in a way, this is going to be 500 divided by 365, these many years. Okay, now in this case here, when you divide it like this, when you divide 500 by 365, you are going to obtain remainder as well. It could be 0 or non-zero, right? And there would be quotient as well, right? So quotient would be the year. This is very obvious. And remainder actually represents remaining number of days. Okay, so out of those days, we are going to find weeks, right? Okay, so for example, I think 500 days would be, I'll take a very simple example here. So for example, let's say I have 367 days. Okay, so let's say given days are 367. All right, now 365 days equals to 1 year. 1 day equals to 1 by 365, and 367 days equals to how many years? 367 divided by 365, right? So obviously in this case your quotient would be 1, right? And remainder would be 2, right? So 1 year, and then we have 2 days, right? Now from here you can easily find, first you found week, first you found year, now you will move on to the next unit and it's going to be weeks. So how many weeks? Now for 1 week we have 7 days, so 7 days equals 1 week. And for 2 days, how many weeks? So 7 days equals 1 week, 1 day equals 1 by 7, 2 days equal 2 divided by 7, and obviously quotient is going to be 0, right? And there are going to be and remainder would be 2 divided by 7. It's going to be 2, right? 2 divided by 7, yeah, it's going to be 2, right? So 0 weeks, obviously you at least need 7 days here to make 1 week. So here we have 2, remainder, obviously week is going to be 0, and remainder of this is going to represent rest of the days, so that would be 2. So we have 1 year, 0 weeks and 2 days. All right, I hope this is clear. And now I'll move on to the coding part. So in my example I'm going to take number of days as 500. So we have 500 days, and we have so these are basically given number of days, right? And we know that in a year we have 365 days, right? So in a year we have 365 days, right? And in a week we have 7 days, right? So now I want to find the resultant year. So I would say result underscore year equals, I hope you remember the formula. So 365 days equals 1 year, 1 day equals 1 divided by 365, and then I'm going to have 500 divided by 365. Okay, result underscore year, right? So we have to, we will not look at this part, we'll take this 1, so 1 year, right? All right, and what else do we want? Okay, now I want to find out number of years, right? Number of weeks. So 1 week equals 7 days. 7 days equal 1 week, and then we want remainder of this. So this is going to be 500 modulus 365 inside brackets, right? Because we want to work with the remainder, and then divided by 7. Yeah. So we have 19 weeks. 1 year, 19 weeks. Now let's look at number of days now. So now I want, when I divided this, I divided the remainder of this by 7. This is the quotient that I received, and remainder of this whole thing is going to represent days, right? So what do I need to change here? 500 modulus 365 modulus 7, because I want the remainder now. Remainder represents rest of the days, as I told you. So result days, 2 days. So 500 days equals 1 year, 19 weeks and 2 days. Okay, so I hope this made sense. Someone had actually sent this was a query by one of the subscribers, so I hope it made sense. If you still have any doubt, do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video lecture with another programming video or video on tips and tricks or technology. Till then, take care.